I really don't know how far did you listen. Mm, but the stream was closed. I didn't notice that it's closed. I was just talking to myself, and later I saw that the stream is not open over there. Uh, oh man, I am struggling with this internet for a long time now. I have just connected the Wi-Fi because my phone. I will see it again. Actually, if there is anything wrong, but I don't wanna mm, close the stream. If it closed again, I will reconnect again. Okay. So if it is closed and I didn't notice, please give me a message to the Discord. I'm sorry, but I have to do that. So please make sure that you have given me a message to the Discord so that I can know that the stream is already closed. Please do that for me, okay? I hope it will be okay this time. But if there's something bad happen, then of course I have to do that. However, I really don't know how far I was live and you did listen to me. But I wanna start from the weekly chart one more time as I going to start with the TGIF. As you can see, this candle from the Friday is a very nice decisive candle. So if I see this type of candle on Friday, I prefer to go for the TGIF. I need to see the TGIF is done by Friday or by Monday or Tuesday. Okay. So what I will do, I'll go to the low and to the high, and I'll go to the TGIF where you will be able to see the 20% and the 30% of this specific candle. I want to see the candle should close on Friday after 2:30 p.m. in between is 20% and 30%. Now, as you can see, this market has closed above this 20 or 30% of this whole range of the candle. On Monday or Tuesday, the first thing I need to see it to trade either this 20% or this 30% at first. It will go higher if I'm bullish. If I'm bearish, I want to see this market to close below these two line. Okay, below these two line, not in between these two line, below these two line, and then on Tuesday it will again trade any of these two line, and then it will fall. So far, I can see that it has traded the 20% from Sunday open. Market trade the 20%, failed to trade the 30%. There is no problem with that, but it has traded the 20% and then started to go higher, took previous week high. Until now, everything is cool. I don't need to worry about the TGIF anymore because, in my opinion, the TGIF is already done if it is bullish. I'm going to remove this TGIF. Before removing this TGIF, I would love to add something else over here. If you see on Friday, the TGIF is done by Friday. On Monday, you will expect the expansion. Monday is gonna be the expansion. I don't care they will have any news or not. There is no importance of the news to have on you don't have on Monday. You don't need to worry about that. TGIF is done by Friday. Monday is gonna be the expansion day. Not always, 99% of the time. If you see the TGIF is not done on Friday, the first job this market is going to do is to finish the TGIF by Monday. So before the market open, If you see the TGIF is done, expect the expansion on Monday. Before the market open, 9:30. If you see the TGIF is done, expect the expansion around the whole morning session. If you see the Monday TGIF is not done, Friday TGIF is not done before the market open, then you will first expect the TGIF is going to be done by Monday at first. Whatever your bias, I don't care. For example, I'm bullish, but the TGIF is not done before 9:30. After 9:30, first I will target any of these two lines. As long as it's not going to happen, I'm not gonna expect this is gonna be an expansion day, whatever it is. So after 9:30, market is gonna be like most of the time consolidation or the accumulation on Monday if the TGIF is not done. So if this information helps you, just make sure you have pushed the like button and subscribe to our channel and keep that information in your mind. Observe most of the candles for the TGIF. You will see it is going to be repeated every single time. So TGIF is done. I'm gonna remove this TGIF. I'm gonna now watch the market right now. Can it reach to this upper quadrant level of this whole weekly? You see this quadrant level, can it reach to this upper quadrant before falling on more time, or does it want to keep going higher by breaking all of these things to all-time high? It's a very important or very crucial time to take the decision. As long as this market is not going to provide me the information, next information, I don't have any bias. I'm not still bullish. I'm not bearish. I'm nothing. But yeah, in my mind, I want to see it to fall for this volume imbalance. This is the daily chart, and as you can see, this is the daily bullish gap. This was the inverse gap from the daily chart. If you guys remember, I told that this market, if it doesn't close above this daily bearish fair value gap, it is going to come to the 50% of this inverse gap through our Discord live. Perfectly on Thursday, market came exactly to the 50% of that gap and then rejected from there. This is Friday candle. It was a small candle, like inside candle. After the inside candle, you can expect the expansion. So it can be an expansion day today as well. If it really would love to do that, we'll go for that buy. But to be honest, I really don't know what is going to happen because I have to wait for this today's candle to close. If it can close above this high, which is previous week high, I will expect this market is coming for this buy side liquidity. See this high and that high, they're the buy side liquidity here, which is an obvious buy side liquidity. Below this buy side liquidity, I have some buy side liquidity here. So these two buy side liquidity is gonna be my highest priority. If today's candle close above this high, or if it give me some sort of bullish movement momentum that's gonna break this old weekly bullish fair value gap, I'll keep looking for this buy side liquidity. All I need to see how this candle is going to close. If it doesn't close like above this gap, instead of that clear previous week high, which is this high, and then started to keep falling close below the constant crossment, I'll start to look for this low, and more importantly this low, and finally for this area and this volume balance. All of this area is going to be my bias depending on this candle close. So whatever this candle is going to do, I'm gonna take that decision. It closed above this high with a strong bullishness, then this is gonna be the only bearish PTA that can stop the market, send it lower. But I will keep looking for the buying opportunity. My long-term bias is going to be bullish until this buy side liquidity over here. It's gonna be bullish. I can be wrong. This gap can be stop the market and send it lower. We'll change our decision after seeing that. But as long as it's going to close above this high around here, which is previous week high, I'll look for this buy side liquidity. If it doesn't do that, instead of that, take this high closed inside this gap, I prefer either the long-term consolidation or the fall only bearish. I'm not bullish anymore. Okay, so this candle, today's candle, is going to determine the bias for me for long-term purpose. I'm coming back to hourly chart, and on Thursday, if you guys remember, I talked about this gap, specifically this gap. I told that I don't know this gap is going to be important or not. I didn't know that, but now I know this gap is going to be very important to me, as this gap has been respected previously here, 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 and now there. So that was the Thursday price action. I told that if it go through this gap, I will use this gap as a support. Otherwise, if it work as a support, it can do that, and then it will be respected and market will go higher. However, as you can see, this old hourly bullish fair value gap, old hourly bearish fair value gap, not bullish fair value gap, that has been respected. I didn't know that it's gonna be respected over here again, but it has been respected so beautifully. Look at the wicks, bodies. Don't look at the wicks. Instead of that, look at the bodies, how beautifully it has been respected that one. Instead of that, we have this bullish fair value gap from the hourly chart as well, which has been traded this daily inverse fair value gap, took this trade this fair value gap over here and then started to go higher. You can see this market structure shift, entry fair value gap, breakaway gap, all of these things, and market went higher. Finally it came around this area. This is the area I need to know where is my liquidity. Now I will look for the liquidity after a bit. That was the hourly last fair value gap that has been already broken. I don't need this gap anymore. It has already done its job. Take breakout, confirmation of the breakout. I believe it's gonna be bullish for today until this upper quadrant level. More importantly, for this old bullish fair value gap from the weekly chart. So this last gap, I don't have any importance to this last gap anymore. So from the hourly chart, I really wanted to show you this information. Here another that type of gap, you see, that has been respected one time, two times, three times. So keep that gap on your chart. And later when the market will come here, I believe that you will get some sort of a reaction from this gap, like you have got it from there. So please keep that on your chart. It will help you a lot. And if you find any other gap that has been respected previously, keep that gap as well on your chart, as long as it's not going to be violated. As you can see, it's never been violated. When the market is below this gap, has been respected, has been respected. When it is above this gap, has been respected, has been respected. Again below this gap, didn't come, didn't give any sort of reaction, just go through this gap, then fall back again, respected over here. So whenever it came, it just didn't do like this. It closed above this gap, then keep falling. It didn't do that. Or it closed below this gap, then did keep going higher. It didn't do that. It closed below, keep falling. Closed above, keep going higher. Something like that. So I'm going to remove this one because I was watching this around the Asia session. I just didn't take any trade, but now I'm going back to the 15-minute chart. This is my 15-minute chart. This is the last fair value gap from the 15-minute chart that's been broken as well. You can see over here. So I'm not going to keep that gap as well to my chart. I'm gonna keep, sorry, out of my chart. As you can see from 15-minute chart, I have this buy side liquidity. See this relatively equal highs over here. This high, that high, all of these highs are relatively equal highs around that area. Now, if you mark this high over here, which I'm going to do, you can mark as well around this high. Something I told you a long time ago, if you ever been lost, you don't know what is going to happen next. You don't know that. If you ever been lost, look at the last high, what it has done. Did it clear the liquidities and trade some sort of gap? Now is it going to fall for some sort of liquidity, sell side liquidity, or did it build the liquidity? What it has done, look for that very carefully, very sensitively. Look what the last swing high has done. Now, if I ask you what this swing high has done, did it trade anything or did it build the liquidity? What is going to be your answer? You don't need to reply me, but just keep ask this question to you. What this has done? It has cleared some liquidity. I agree with you. After clearing this liquidity, this high, that high, relatively equal highs has been cleared. Now, after clearing this liquidity, did it build any other liquidity or did it clear the liquidity? What it has done? So from 15-minute chart, I have this buy side liquidity over here, which I'm going to mark around this area. This is the buy side liquidity. And I have this extreme buy side liquidity. This is my target so far from the weekly chart. As long as it's not going to come over here, I'm not thinking that it's going to like fall. I'm not thinking like that way. So I prefer this market to go higher to trade this and then come back again inside this range. Okay. So something like that. It's going to be an highly, sorry, how to say that? Expansion day. I'm thinking like that way. But before going furthermore, we'll talk about the opening gap as well. So it's gonna be important around 9:30, not now. But I have this buy side liquidity, so I'm more interested about this buy side liquidity. Now, if I look for the sell side liquidity, it's very interesting. I don't have any sell side liquidity. You can see there is no relatively equal lows left in this market. Market just simply didn't leave any sort of relatively equal lows. So I don't need to worry about the sell side liquidity as long as it's not going to engineer the sell side liquidity. I have the buy side liquidity, so I'm only bullish. Why you are bullish, brother? Sometimes ago you told that you don't have any bias. I don't have any bias from my long term. I don't have any long term bias from the weekly chart, from the daily chart, from the monthly chart. I don't have any. But from 15-minute chart, I have the bias. Why? I have the liquidity. So if I have the liquidity, I have the bias. As long as I have the liquidity, I have the bias. I don't have the liquidity, I don't have the bias. So as you can see, it's one-sided market. There is just bullishness on this market, no bearishness, nothing. I prefer this market to go higher to take this buy side liquidity as long as the support is going to, I mean, this idea is going to be supported by Trump, as Trump is going to speak around 1 p.m. It can wait for the PM session to go higher. Okay, just be careful about that. It can wait for Trump to go higher to trade all of this buy side liquidity, which is here a beautiful buy side liquidity. As long as Trump is not going to speak, it can do the accumulation things. After three long holidays, morning session can be choppy, it can be expansion, it can be seek and destroy, it can be anything. Be very, 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 very careful around this morning session. Overnight big run, which is from, you see here, from exactly from there to there, can also make the morning session choppy. So please be very careful. So from the 15-minute chart, I have only the buy side liquidity. I don't have any sell side liquidity. I don't need to worry about the sell side liquidity. My plan is market will take some sort of swing low and then it will go for this buy side liquidity. That is my plan. If I find this fall, I'll take that fall for some sort of swing low, any of this swing low until this new week opening gap, which is here. You can see this candle close, this candle open. There's a very small new week opening that has been already respected over here. So it doesn't need to take this low. It doesn't need to take that low. It can simply trade any of this quadrant level of that week over here. After trading this week quadrant level, by clearing this low, it can start to go higher for this buy side liquidity. So my plan is trade either until the quadrant level of that week, any of the quadrant level, upper quadrant, lower quadrant, whatever it is, but any of this quadrant level at first, and then go higher for this buy side liquidity. If it works like that way, that's gonna be this, I mean, the heaven for us to trade. If it doesn't work like that way, instead of that keep going higher, I don't think so I'll be able to trade this market without clearing any sort of liquidity. If it just keep going higher, I am not interested to take the buy while this market is in deep premium. So I need this market to fall into the discount. More importantly, if you mark this low, which is the swing low, and the swing high that has cleared almost some sort of buy side liquidity, that has cleared some sort of sell side liquidity. So this is the dealing range. I prefer this market to come until this 50% of this dealing range, maybe a bit below of this 50%. So until the quadrant level of this area, and then it will go higher for this buy side liquidity. That so far is my plan. And if it works like that way, I'll go with this funded account to trade. If it doesn't work like that way, I'm not gonna touch this account. Instead of that, I'll go to the other accounts, deep chart account, where I think I'm gonna out of the time. So let's see if I can. None of connection active found. What did you say? I like that. Yeah, I'll just see if I can go with this account 1800. So I need 1200, something like that. So if I can just go with this 1200, or if I just, I'll see over here. Okay. So that's so far is my plan, and market is going to open. Please make sure that you have pushed the like button and subscribe to our channel if you are new over here, and let me know your opinion, your bias. What is your bias today? What do you want to see today? How this market is going to work today? Please let me know all of these things. Okay. Give me your opinion. I need to know your opinion. And please remind me if I'm going to take any trade to this account. If I go to the trade, I'll of course talked about that trade before it happens. So please remind me to that chat that I'm in Nasdaq in mini contract. I have to switch to micro contract, because if I forget about that and I push the button, then I have to close the trade immediately. Maybe it will be a like disaster loss, or maybe it will be a disaster win. I don't want any of them. So please remind me, go to the micro contract. Okay, because I'm trading over here with the live streaming, so I have to think a lot of things altogether. Good morning, NQ Slayer. Let me know your bias, brother. It will be up bullish. That's cool, brother. I'm also thinking about that. I wanna see if it can go higher. Okay. Good morning, Go. Sinobi. Good morning, brother. Walaikum salam, brother. Please, guys, let me know your bias, and please push the like button. Subscribe to our channel. I'm just 887 subscriber. I just need 13 more subscriber to make it 11,900 subscriber. So I'm very near to 12,000 subscriber. Make it happen, guys. We have the same bias. Wow, awesome. Finally, we have the same bias, brother. I'm happy. So I think after 1 minute, market is going to open. So I want to go to the regular trading hour, see what is happening on the. Oh, by the way, I need to talk about the AGS session. I'll talk about that uh, a bit later. Okay. So this is the only thing that's open. I don't need to worry about that right now. And I think it's going to build a very small gap, opening gap. I also don't need to mark that opening gap. Okay, I don't need to mark that opening gap, I guess. Just how many seconds left? 8 seconds. Let's see where the market is going to open. There you go. Just a very small gap. I'm not interested to mark this gap. If you want, you can mark this gap. So first, I want to see this market to fall here and then go for this buy side liquidity. If it doesn't do that, instead of that, clear this buy side liquidity at first, trade this gap, or look for the sell for this engineered sell side liquidity. See this low, that low, relatively equal lows. Or look for this engineered liquidity. Let me mark that engineered liquidity so far. Over here, as it is the obvious, I'm gonna mark it like this. Now let's wait. Not going to touch it. You wanna take the buy, please go for that buy side liquidity, that buy side, please go for that. I need this market to fall at first, then I'll look for the buy. If it inverts this gap, I'll take the sell from this gap. It keep going higher, I'll let this go higher to take all of this buy side liquidity, then we'll look for the sell after clearing all of this buy side liquidity. A very small buy side liquidity there. Let me mark that buy side liquidity as well from 1 minute chart. I'll talk about the AGS session within a moment because that is also very important. That AGS session, it was so beautiful. I don't know why you guys trade this AM session until now. You should trade the AGS session. Last 1 month, I think one day didn't work. Except one day, that is 19 trading days. It worked exactly the same way, 100% the same way. It shows we have swept the low. Yes, sir, I agree with you, yes, ma'am. But I still seeing that it has built the sell side liquidity as well over here. So just need to see how it is going to react. Does it keep going higher? If it do that, I'm not going to touch it because this is highly volatile, as well as, I mean, I'm not interested to touch this market while this is in deep premium. So I need to see this market to fall a bit more before taking any sort of entries. So another sell side, another clean lows over here. If it inverts this gap, I'll take the sell from this gap until the quadrant level here around this area. So I'm gonna mark this gap over here. Whoever is interested to take the buy, go for that. I appreciate that. All I'm seeing here is this market came very near to this last fair value gap from 15-minute chart, didn't trade the 50-minute last fair value gap. So if it could trade the 50-minute last fair value gap, that could be awesome. So let me see hourly chart. Nothing is from there. Nothing is there. So can it take this buy side liquidity, trade this 50-minute last fair value gap, can keep falling, or does it want to keep going higher? If it would do that, keep going higher, I'm not going to touch it. So now it has traded the 50-minute last fair value gap, took that liquidity from 1 minute chart. Can it fall right now? Or if it doesn't fall, keep going higher, I will have nothing to do. This is my plan. I will execute my plan. If it could fall, I would be in this buy. As it didn't, I'm not taking it. I really appreciate if you go for the trade. And if you feel it's a bullish market, you want to take the buy, go for it. Hey, George. Hey, George. I love you, brother. How are you, man? It's been a decade. I don't see your name, man. Everything's good, man. How is your song? I mean, your music going on. How is everything, brother? I'll be in Spain tomorrow, just for maybe 4 to 5 hours to the international airport, Barjas, something like that. Let me know the update, brother. Don't hesitate. Take the buy. If you feel it's good, take the buy. I wish I could take the buy. I have no intention to go for trade before 10 a.m. because we have a news around 10 a.m. New York local time. So I will wait for 10 a.m. news to release, then I'll go for the trade. In the meantime, if I find any trade before 9:45, I'll try to take that trade from this account. Okay. So I'm watching this low to see if it can, I mean, shift, and there is a gap. I'll take the sell from that gap if it give me that opportunity. I don't think so it is going to give me that opportunity, but if it give me, I'll take the sell. I wish it will give me. Come on, come on, come on. If it doesn't, I'm not in rush, okay, to go for the trade. I have the plan, but I have to execute the plan as well, according to my understanding. Okay, I don't want to see anybody close above the consequent crossment of this inverse gap. That's why I just covered the inverse gap with my stop loss, and we can read the damage. So I have to be very careful about the weak. So that's why my stop loss is bit above. when this market will close below this low again, if it do that, okay, I'll move my stop loss above the highest high it's going to clear, it's going to make over there. I can't cover this last fair value gap over here because it's gonna be 100 handle, I guess. So far it's 48 handle. Unfortunately, I have to take that risk right now, and that's why I went with the 3 micro contract, just a very small micro contract, and then I will try to add more if it works according to my understanding. So it will close below this low. I will move my stop loss above this side. The logic is market went higher, cleared the buy side liquidity, trade the fair value gap from 15-minute chart, the last fair value gap, inversed this gap, market structure shift here, market structure shift, entry fair value gap, breakaway gap. So does it want to work with this entry fair value gap from 22 YT model as well as the inverse fair value gap and would love to fall, or does it want to go higher, like come back again to this breakaway gap maybe, or go through this everything and go for this buy side liquidity? If it happens, I'm going to stop over there. Of course, I'll go for the next opportunity because as I told, I'll go only for 2 trades. On my right hand side, you can see this buy side liquidity and the last fair value gap from 15-minute chart. All I just don't want to see the body close above the consonant crossment of this inverse gap. Okay, I got it stopped out. So it's gonna be over there. We'll go for the next opportunity while it will provide me that. By the way, this trade is going to happen before 9:45. So if it close again below this inverse gap, I'll take a re-entry from this inverse gap. If it actually happened before 9:45. So if it doesn't happen before 9:45, I will wait for the news to release. Then we'll go for the next trade. At the same time, if this last gap is broken, not going to take the sell from this inverse gap anymore. So we'll stop off that losing trade over there. Some things has to happen. First, this gap can't be broken. Market has to stop this. Sorry, this gap has to stop the market. This is the first thing has to happen. And the next thing is it has to close below this inverse gap again. None of them happened. I'm not gonna take a re-entry, at least not from this gap. That gap has a volume imbalance on its top. Do I have that really? Yeah, has a very small volume imbalance. Thank you, brother. This guy came to this last fair value gap after the market structure shift, entry fair value gap, breakaway gap. So this 22 IT medal from 15-second chart came to this specific last fair value gap from the 15-second chart. It has a high probability to fall. Now I didn't know that it will come over here. I wanted to see it will leave some gap open over here and it will keep falling from that inverse gap. It didn't work. I'm absolutely okay with that. We'll go for the next opportunity if it provide me that. Can I take the buy? Of course I can take the buy, but uh, like right now taking buy, I'm not feeling good. So first I need to see the all the bearish period to be broken at first, then I'll think about the buy. As long as it's not happen, I'm not going to think about the buy. Still I'm thinking about the sell side liquidity and the quarter level of that week. But according to the logic, it has cleared this low, so it doesn't need to fall again. It can now go for this buy side liquidity, that buy side liquidity, and here. So it can do that. If it wants to do that, then I have to wait for this market to break all the PDRs at first. So the PDRs is broken. Unfortunately, it's 946. I'll let this go. Okay, I'll let this go. 946. So if it was 945, then I would think about a buy from here by putting the stop loss there until this buy side liquidity. I'm just letting this go because it's 946. So it will work. I'll let him work. Can't take it. Yeah, I can't lay. Next 15 minutes is crucial for the market because market can build or wait for the news. Before the news, it can spend some times over here. I just don't wanna take that risk. So yeah, I'll let this go. But this was really awesome. It was really awesome. I wish I have taken the best decision not to push the button. It's going to work. YM is still bearish. The things I wanted to see, the YM is still bearish. I believe the ES is also, ES is bullish actually, not bearish. Yes, and NQ are still bullish, but YM is still bearish. This guy actually drive the market. So if it is bearish, market is bearish. If it is bullish, market is bullish. Still, the YM is showing the bullish. I'm sorry, the bearishness. So I need to wait. Okay, I don't need to gamble over here to go for buy or sell as the news is going to happen after 12 minutes. So I just need to wait for the news to release. Then we'll see if I can find anything good. But I'm good to go for the buy right now. Let's see, brother, what happened. Why would you buy after minor buy side has been taken? Because there is a huge buy side liquidity here. There is a huge buy side liquidity over there, and this gap I'm interested to see this market is going to trade. So it depends on the situation or the news. If the news candle doesn't send the market higher, then maybe after the news I'll be able to catch the buy. I don't have the sell side liquidity, any short of sell side liquidity from my higher time frame. Uh, but lower time frame, I have some buy side, sorry, sell side liquidity around this area. We'll see. But right now, the market is showing me the bullishness. If this last fair value from the 50-minute chart doesn't hold the market, and if it can close above this last fair value from 50-minute chart, this buy side liquidity is obvious. So I'll just wait for 10 a.m. news to release before going for the next trade. If there was no news, I was already in a trade. As there is a news, I'm not going to take this trade. That's all. Waiting for the news to release because the last PTA has been broken. The next thing is buy side liquidity. It doesn't need to send it back again. If it wanted to send it back again, then it could respect this last fair value gap. As this last fair value gap is broken just below this buy side liquidity, this market doesn't need to fall again. But I was afraid why I'm not taking this trade. The reason is before the news it can spend time distortion. Okay, it can do a lot of consolidation, it can do that, but eventually it is going to take that buy side liquidity. Just because of that time distortion, I'm not taking this trade. Otherwise all the bearish PDR is broken. The next obvious thing is this buy side liquidity at first, then that buy side liquidity, and finally this gap. This is the area this market has to reach, as it has broken the bearish PDR. so if it wanted to go lower, for example, it want to send the market lower one more time, it should not break the last PDRA. As the last PDRA is broken, this is not falling before clearing the buy side liquidity. So most of the time, okay, not all the time, 100% of the time, but according to the logic, last PDRA is broken, next is your ass. Three bearish period is broken, next is euros. Okay, so something like that. So now it is obvious this buy side liquidity. I am not taking this trade again just because we have a news around 10 a.m. New York local time. It can do the time distortion over here. That means it will just fall a bit more, then it will go higher a bit more, then it will fall a bit more, then finally around by using the news it will take that buy side liquidity. I hope it's clear, brother. 7 minutes to go before the news release. And it has taken the sell side liquidity as well. You see, the sell side liquidity market left obvious sell side liquidity, cleared that sell side liquidity. So bearish PTR is been broken. Leave that buy side liquidity over here. So what the market should do? Of course, it should take that buy side liquidity. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, no confusion about that. But if it was not highly volatile, for example, I was able to put my stop loss maybe below this inverse gap, for example, okay, so I don't need to worry about the time distortion over here. I was able to put it below this inverse gap, so even if it would love to come back again to work with this reclaimed bullish gap, or maybe to the 50% of this bullish gap, I was able to cover that bullish gap by my stop loss. Okay, if I could do that, I wouldn't wait for the news to release. Instead of that, I would, take entry over there, and then I would wait for the news to let the market to take that liquidity by using that news. As you can see, it's highly volatile, right? It's kind of like 100 handle, 200 handle, like up and down, 200 handle. I'm not able to put the stop loss to the most logical level, so I have to let this go. Unfortunately, I have to wait for the next opportunity. If it make any sense or not. This is all the time distortion. Market is just waiting for the news, the data, PMI data, to take that buy side liquidity. Just waiting for that news to release so that it can take that buy side liquidity by using that news. Just because of that, this all time distortion is happening. YM so far showed me the bullishness. So it was showing the bearishness, weakness, but now the new 15-minute candle is showing the bullishness so far. I hope it will be correlated market, or it is going toward the same direction altogether. I hope so. That low is taken, which is a low of liquidity. Swing low has been cleared. This is called time distortion. We have to see this time distortion for next 3 minutes. I wish it's not going to take that buy side liquidity before the news, because if it do that, then I have to think about, like, I have to let the all the buy go as long as this liquidity is not taken. If the liquidity is taken before the news, then I have to wait for the news to take that buy side liquidity. I will be not I won't be able to take the buy anymore. So if it doesn't do that, doesn't take this buy side liquidity before the news, after the news or around the news, it has cleared this buy side liquidity, I'll be able to catch the buy from this buy side liquidity to that buy side liquidity. So I wish it's not going to take that buy side liquidity before the news. So for the best, can you think about sell? There is no way to think about the sell. There is no way to think about the sell as long as this liquidity is not taken. This market has zero possibility to fall without clearing this buy side liquidity. But for example, it didn't clear this buy side liquidity, okay, just for the sake of this conversation, and started to fall. Are you going to take the sell? As long as this gap is not going to be inversed again, I'm not going to take the sell. If it is inversed, then and only then I'll start to think about the sell, if it doesn't clear this buy side liquidity. But that's not going to happen. I'm telling you, that's not going to happen. It's gonna be cleared. Just need to wait 2 minutes 22 seconds more. Think that we don't have any news around 10 a.m. I'm already in this trade. Going to take the partial over here, going to hold the trade until there. That's gonna, I would go for that. I'm telling you, there is zero possibility this market will fall without clearing this buy side liquidity. Like nearly zero possibility. There was one thing I was worried about, and that is YM. YM was showing so much bearishness, so I was a bit confused. Is it really going to go higher and take that buy side liquidity? But now I don't have any confusion anymore. So all the confusion is gone already. As long as this guy is not going to take that high over here, this market will keep going higher. Just 1 minute 11 second, I have to wait for that thing to happen. But let's see if it can give me an opportunity as well. For example, around 10 a.m. it didn't take this buy side liquidity. Instead of that, it fall, trade this gap again. If it do that, I'll take the buy from the order block after 10 a.m. If it do that, this is the power of the last fair value gap. but it's not going to happen. I know that. Okay, so around 10 market will fall. That give me a order block to take that buy. No, it's not going to happen. I believe so. 15 seconds left before the data release. So 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. Okay. I think it's going to give me an opportunity. Let's say if it can fall and trade this gap one more time and build an order block. If it do that, I'll go for the buy from the order block as long as it's not going to be taken. I don't think so it's going to happen, but if it happens, okay, buy any chance if it happens. I don't think so. Yeah, there you go. Let's see what it's interested to do now. Does it really want to go for this buy side liquidity as well? That should do. Market should do that. I will just wait to see if it can do that. And at the same time, this OIM has cleared all the buy side liquidity. So it can be bearish right now. But I just need to make sure that it's really bearish because this is a tough moment to see. Let me see what happened over here with this high. Wow. I'm still bullish. Just let's see if the market can build a order block. Take this buy side liquidity. If it make the order block, I'll take the buy again from the order block. As it left that buy side liquidity open over there. Okay. Here. I don't know. I'll be able to show you this if I have the price over there. This swing high over here around this area, this swing high and this swing high has built a beautiful relatively equal highs. This is an awesome buy side liquidity. It has fallen, cleared some liquidity. All I need to see if it can build an order block to take a buy again. Remember, as long as this market is above this gap, I'm bullish. I'm not bearish. If it is go below this gap, I'm not bullish anymore. In that type of scenario, maybe I will just let this go. There is a small bullish gap from 15-minute chart. This candle high, that candle low. There is a small bullish gap from 15-minute chart. I'm watching that bullish fair gap from the 15-minute chart. It came here to this old inverse gap, which is going to work as a reclaimed gap, I believe so. Can it make a bullish order block over here to take rebuy from that area? If it closes below this gap, I'll take the sell from this gap again by covering this 50% for this sell side liquidity. It will close below this gap, I'll take the sell without any sort of confusion. As long as it's not going to close below this gap, I'm more interested to see this buy side liquidity to be taken. This is the lowest down close body close candle so far. If it can close above this candle, it's gonna be the bullish order block. I am not able to trade this candle. As you can see, it's huge, near about 56 candle. Let's hope for the best. Something good will happen. I'll be able to catch something from a very beautiful candle. It will close one tick below this gap. I'll take the sell from this gap again. Candle. It's huge, man. Ah, I don't know that it will close or not, but I have to be very careful if it close. Okay, if it close, I'll take the sell. I'm not saying it's going to close, but if it close, then I'll take the sell. Otherwise, I'll keep the buy from this gap. All is going to be cleared, or all going to be built. I think it's not from that gap. Sorry, my mistake. From that gap. Yeah, it's from that gap, not this gap. Sorry, it should be from this gap. Let's see. It's huge. Hmm. What is the more convenient for me to take the buy or sell? Of course, buy, man. I'm more beautiful. It will be more beautiful to take the buy rather than taking sell. But it is what it is. Whatever the market will give me, I'll go for that. As I don't have any higher time frame bias, I prefer to see this market will go higher. This is the buy plan. It works. Or sell plan is if it close below this gap, I'll go for the sell. Whichever is going to be broken, I'm gonna use that side. I'm watching this up close body close candle to work as an order block. That is gonna be a confirmation for me to keep falling, but I'm not taking the trade from this order block as market is still inside this reclaimed bullish fair value gap. As long as it's not going to break this reclaimed bullish fair value gap, I'm just interested to hold my trading. Okay, I'm not going to push the button. If it works like that way and closed below this reclaimed gap, I'll use this gap again as an inverse way. Otherwise, I'll just let the sell go, will take the buy if it provide me that opportunity. Any sort of bullish opportunity. Still now I don't have any. Good buy set. The
Order filled.
buy delivery over here. Just a small scalp. Okay, I'll move the stop loss very soon. I'm not touching it yet because like it has to break the levels. If it doesn't break the levels, I'm not interested to go for any kind of trade from the funded account. So if it confirm that I'm bullish, then and only then I'll go for the trade to this funded account. So far it didn't do that. Even though it is working with this order block, which is the last down close body close candle, I should go for that. But this bearish PDA and the 50% of the range is just stopping me out. That's okay.
Order filled. Wow, it didn't actually take my limit order. I wanted to buy in market. Order filled.
The 50% is broken. Happy to see that. But wanna see it will work as a support as well. Okay, until the upper quadrant level of that whole range. 15-minute candle came, trade this 15-minute bullish fair gap. Market left the buy side liquidity open over there. We'll see if it can go over there. This small gap over here, I have just covered that gap, and this lowest down close body close candle over here. Just wanted to see that if I just didn't push to put my stop loss just above that candle over here, this candle, so it can fall until this small gap over here, and then it can start to go higher. So whenever it will go and close above a swing high, I'll move my stop loss again. Watching these two down close body close candles over here right now. See if it can work as a middle order block. Most of the time it doesn't do that, but still I have to give the market to specific time to see if it can actually trade this two candle and keep going higher, because it has cleared most recent swing high with an old swing high over here. So both of them has been taken. If it doesn't want to keep going higher, it can start to fall right now, and I don't want to take that risk, so that I can cover some profit over here, which is $200, something like that. Now you can see it left this sell side liquid open over there. Okay, so I'm not interested to hold this trade anymore over here, as it left that sell side liquid open over there. So if it close above this swing high, I'll move my stop loss too tight. Why? Because it left this sell side liquid open over there, so I'm not interested to hold this trade anymore. I need the momentum, the speed toward the direction. If it doesn't do that, I'll get a stop out. There is a small gap, just a very small gap. Just cover that gap. I know I should not cover this gap right now, because it left this sell side liquidity. It can fall for this sell side liquidity, but it still, just leave some gap open over there. So I'll see if it want to trade this gap one more time before going higher.
Order filled.
It's respecting this gap yet. I mean, still it's respecting, but we did the damage. Good. We should not come until that area. I don't have any last farewell cap over here, which I could use as an inverse cap to take the buy. Unfortunately, like here I have done. I can't do that here as I don't have any. So I have to let this market to fall to take this low, then give me a bullish setup again for this buy side liquid. I'll go for that buy. Otherwise, it will close below this gap. All of you know, I'll take the sell from this gap. So from 15, I mean, sorry, from this 1 minute chart, that was the lowest down close body close candle here. This candle that has worked as a beautiful support, but unfortunately, like when this bearish period was over there, I was not interested to push the button from 1 minute chart, because I was not able to trail the stop loss in this difficult situation. That's why I went with the 15-second chart to go for that short period of scalping. I'll go back to this area. What is happening? Is there anyone who is in trade right now? Mark this small gap. Okay, to be honest, this sell side liquidity was not convincing to me. If I wouldn't see this sell side liquidity, I wouldn't move my stop loss. As I have seen this sell side liquidity, I was really not interested to hold the trade, as it left this liquidity. It could fall to take this liquidity one more time before going higher. Now, after clearing this liquidity, if it shows the momentum toward the sell side liquidity, I will miss all the profit. So just make sure that I've got some profit. Just, like if If I'm wrong and if the market really doesn't want to go higher, I'll just cover some profit over there. From 1 minute chart, still I don't have anything. I closed my long. 1 hour is enough for me today. Wow, that's cool, brother. That was a good run, by the way. From 15-second chart, that was a really good run from 15-second 22 YT model. As you can see here, market fall, took all the liquidity, made a swing high, shifted the swing high, trade this bullish fair value gap, breakaway gap from this 22 YT model from here to until there. It's kind of like 24, 324 to until here, 391. So kind of a 70 handle, something like that. Okay, 60, 70 handle, something like that. It was a very nice run. Cleared this sell side liquidity relatively equal lows. Trade this lowest down close body close candle, which is the order block. Trade it. Can it go through this small gap? If it can go through this gap, there is another rebuy opportunity from this gap over here, from that gap, which I will actually go.
Order filled.
And the stop loss is going to cover just this small gap, just that small gap over here. So what happened here? Market fall, take this relatively equal lows, trade this lowest down close body close candle order block, bearish PDR, which is the last fair value gap, has been broken over here. I believe so. Trade this last fair value gap from 15-second chart, buy side liquidity, above that buy side liquidity over here. Okay, covered this bullish fair value gap over here, just the bullish fair value gap. So if I'm wrong, for example, market really doesn't want it to go higher and it really would love to fall, I'll get stopped out exactly over there. Just this bullish fair value gap has been covered by my stop loss. I will add more. If it respect this gap, keep going higher, I'll add more. If it doesn't want to do that, instead of that, it would love to fall, to take this low from 1 minute chart. You remember that low from 1 minute chart? Then I'll get stopped out here and I will wait for the next opportunity whenever it will come. As long as this gap is holding the market, I'm safe. So we can did the damage. I was very much careful about that. That has been done. I don't need to put my stop loss here anymore because that gap has been already traded by that week. So if it fall one more time, it means that it's going for this low. So I don't want to take that risk anymore. I want to just cover this gap by my stop loss. I was afraid of that week. That's been done over there. Now it should go higher. If it go higher, I'll go higher. In the meantime, I'll try to add more. Whenever it will provide me the opportunity, I'll add more. If it doesn't, I'll get stopped out here, like very small loss, observable. Bearish gap again. I need the speed. More speed. More speed through this gap. I need more speed through this gap so that I can add more over there. Just a bit. Just a bit. Close above the down close candle, I'll add more.
Order filled.
Add more. Cover that lowest down close body close candle as an order block. let the market go higher now. Build relatively equal highs over here, relatively equal highs that should be taken. Body should close above this relatively equal highs. If it just sweep the liquidity, I'll move my stop loss to the break even. And see this gap over here, very small gap, one tick, two tick gap, something like that. It should be open like that way. If it sweep that liquidity, I'll move my stop loss to the break even. Still now the liquidity is over there, so I don't need to move the stop loss. Keep it over there. Just 7 handle, okay? Stop loss is 7 handle for 5 micro contract, which is gonna cost like $70, something like that. Still the liquidity is over there. I need speed through that lines. Very, very, very speed. Like one candle will give me 50 handle, something like that. That type of speed. Liquidity is taken, stop loss is at the break even. $360 should be the stop loss. 360. Okay, I actually put it 368. 0. Don't want to take that risk.
Order filled.
Price it is still over there. See if it can clear this liquidity before going higher one more time. So we'll wait for this market to clear this. Then we'll see look for the buy again. From 1 minute chart, still I don't have anything to say, anything to do. It will fall, take that low. After that, I can think about a buy again. As long as it's not going to do that, not going to take this low or any other lows over here, right? All of these three lows, any of them should be taken at first before going higher. Short term sell from here until this low. Any of you short term sell from that gap to until this low over here. I'm not taking it. Why? Because like this buy side liquidity is open over there. I believe this will fall first, take that low, and then it will go higher again for this buy side liquidity. If the market is interested for this buy side liquidity over here, if it doesn't want to take this buy side liquidity, then it will fall, like it will take that buy side liquidity at first, then it will start to fall for this sell side liquidity. So whatever is interested, if the market is interested for this sell side liquidity, it will take the buy side liquidity first. If the market is interested about this buy side liquidity, it will take the sell side liquidity at first. What the market is interested for, 50-50. In my opinion, it is interested for this buy side liquidity as the bearish PDR is broken. So it's interested for this buy side liquidity. So it's going to take that low at first, then it will go for this buy side liquidity according to the logic. Okay, so here while the market went higher, cleared some sort of buy side liquidity, market structure shift, fair value gap, another selling opportunity from this fair value gap to until this low. As this low is a single low, not a relatively equal lows, I can't take that risk, so I'm not taking this risk from this fair value gap by putting the stop loss above that high. and here the line is 68 to until 41, so near about 27 handle only. Okay, so kind of 27 handle, good 27 handle, but yeah, it is what it is. So those people who are interested about scalping, a small move, okay, for them this is a good opportunity. I want to take the buy instead of taking the sell, so that's why I'm waiting for to take the buy. After clearing this low, I'll start to think about the buy. If it was a high probability, okay, if it was a high probability, that means market didn't leave this liquidity open over there, okay, it didn't just simply leave it open, then I would take that sell. But as it's not high probability and I'm interested to take the buy, I'm letting this sell go 27 until I'm just letting this go. I'm not taking this sell. I'm explaining why I'm not taking this trade, why I will wait for some other things or like something like that. I'm just explaining all of these things. So decision is yours. So what you want to take, it's up to you, brother. That look, yeah. So it's kind of 41. I need a bit more run toward the lower side. Till that low is not taken. So I think five more handle, something like that. I wish it will take that low. There you go. There you go. There you go. Candle or the next candle. Come on, man. Should take that low. Take it, my brother. Take it, man. Come on. If it leave this liquidity open like that way, I won't be able to take the buy as well. I mean, if it leave this liquidity open. Okay, that's taken actually, not taken. So it's taken now. Buy is good. If I find the buying opportunity, I'll take the buy. That low is taken means I'm good to go for the buy. As long as this is not going to close below this gap. If it closes below this gap, I'm not able to take any short of buy. Remember that. But now I'm good to go to take any short of buy. See this last gap from 1 or 15-second chart here on my left hand side. I don't know you can see it or not here. Turn it to your right. Suddenly the volatility is huge. 78 handle. Okay. Look at this buy side liquidity over here. See this buy side liquidity now. It's my target right now. This buy side liquidity is my gonna be my target. All I need a bull setup over here to take that buy. I'm just not interested to use the order block over here because that's gap over here is not a perfect gap to use as an order block. I don't have any higher time frame point of interest that in my 15-second chart, the higher time frame is 1 minute chart. So as I don't have any last bullish fair value gap or anything over here from 1 minute chart, I'm not able to use the order block to take the buy over here. So I need some sort of setup to take the buy. Let's see if it can come to this gap. If it come to this gap, I'll take the buy from that gap. Swing high, shifted the market structure, fair value gap, buy side is over there. Just need to see if it can fall to this gap. or if it built another gap and tap to this gap, I'll take the buy from that gap. Just need to trade any of this gap. Come on, 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 come on. Don't do that. Okay, bad luck. Oh man, I should have gone to the micro contract.
Order filled.
I'm taking the risk here without the confirmation from the 15-second chart to this account. But to this funded account, I'll go with the confirmed entry. That means it will close above this inverse gap. I'll take the buy from this inverse gap. Market came to the first presented gap, tapped to the constant crossment, rejected from there. Can it break the bearish period over here? If it do that, I'll take the buy from this bearish period. But this area, I'm just taking the risk from 22 YT model. I should not go for that because it was not an immediate reaction, but still there was a possibility. So I went with this possible opportunity. But here, when I'll get confirmation, I'll go for the trade. That means market is extremely bullish. I'm gonna take the buy. I just need to see the body close above this line. If it close above this, I'll take the buy. All other risk I'm going to take to this account over here where I have still the profit. So even if I lose some, I'm not going to, like take a huge loss. I'm not going to lose this account or something like that. All I need to see a body close above this line to take the buy. And here is the buy side liquidity, engineered buy side liquidity over there. Market fall, cleared all the liquidity, trade this old, how to say that, like first presented fair value gap. Also, it has traded this last fair value gap over here around this area, last fair value gap. Closed a down close, body close candle, order block, market structure shift, fair value gap, breakaway gap. Can it keep going higher? Low probability took the entry over here. High probability will go for the trade from this funded account. Covered the order block open, the 50% and the breakaway gap. All of them has been covered by my stop loss. I think I
Order
can say,
filled.
yeah. And if it didn't works, I'm gonna not going to take this trade. Right here, we'll wait for the opportunities. Can it keep falling? I will only think about the sell if this gap is broken. As long as it's not broken, which is the first gap over here to this bullish PDRA, I'm not interested to take the sell. I was my stop loss was just stopped out by tick by tick. I'll go for the re-entry over here while the market will close above the entry fair value cap above that area. And this entry is only valid if it closes above this gap. Then and only then this entry is valid. If you have the funded account, don't trade with the low probability, work with the high probability. If you don't have the funded account, the eval account, go with every single possible entry. And if you have win a trade, don't take any other trade to that account. Switch another account, trade another account. Come on, I have to take the sale now. After seeing this buy side liquidity open over there, I can't do that. If I need to take the sell, I'm not going to take that sell just because I leave this. I have seen this sell side buy side liquidity over there, that buy side liquidity over there, and this extreme buy side liquidity. I think it's above there. I don't. It's not marked in this chart, but it's marked on the NQ chart. So I'm just not interested to take any sort of sell while I'm seeing all of this buy side liquidity left open over there. If it provide me the selling opportunity for this sell side liquidity, I'll let this go. High class accumulation, which is a normal things for the after the holiday, three holidays. It's a very normal things. And as I told, if the market is waiting for Trump to go for this that buy side liquidity, can of course do that. There is nothing wrong for that. But in that type of scenario, the accumulation or the consolidation is going to happen over there for the rest of the time. We have already found some beautiful trades. That's more than enough for being profitable. No need to force the market, no need to keep going with the same account. If you made some profit, stop over there. Just stop over there. Switch the account or go to the paper trade. But don't keep trading in the same account. Don't give back the money you have made from this market. I'm just not taking the sell, okay? Because I have seen this buy sell liquidity. Maybe market will take this buy sell liquidity around the PM session where Trump will speak, but still I'm not interested to take the sell while this buy sell liquidity is open over there. So I will let this fall go and I will think about the buy only. Not no more sell to me. My plan was to take the sell while this candle has closed. I should have taken the sell here, but as I see this buy side liquidity here, I'm just not interested to take the sell. Unfortunately, if you can, please go for that. I'm not interested to take the sell. I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity as long as it's not going to keep falling and take that, like keep falling, keep falling, keep falling. So it will go above the constant crossment of this first presented cap. I will start to look for buy again. got the market structure shift. All I need a fair value gap to take rebuy over here. If there is a one tick gap, I'll take the buy. No gap, unfortunately. I have this beautiful sell side liquidity, but unfortunately, I'm not able to take this sell side liquidity as market left the buy side liquidity open over there. So it has cleared the short term buy side sell side liquidity here, internal sell side liquidity there. This low and that low, relatively equal lows, has been cleared over here by that low. So I can't take the sell while I'm seeing this buy side liquidity left over here, that buy side liquidity left over there. Even though this sell side liquidity is over here, which can be taken, there is nothing wrong. It can be taken, but I'm not interested to take the sell. At the same time, I'm watching this last fair value from the 15-minute chart here that is being traded over here. Okay, so any sort of buying opportunity, I'll take the buy. Another market structure shift, another fair value gap, I'll take the buy from there. No fair value gap, no trade. Any kind of buy above the constant crossment of this last fair value cap, sorry, the first presented fair value cap, I'm happy to take that buy. All I need a model over here right now so that I can take that buy. It didn't build any gap, I didn't take any trade. If it could build a gap over here, I would be in this trade from that area. Unfortunately, it didn't do that. I'm not taking in trade to 15-second chart. So we'll see if it can provide me any sort of buying opportunity from this 1 minute chart. And for me, so far, as long as this is not going to close above this gap, I can't see any sort of buying opportunity yet. If it provide me anything, then I'll go for that. Market fall, tap to the high of this daily bullish bearish fair value gap, inverse as inversed way. Tap to the high of this daily inverse fair value gap. Can the high of this daily bearish fair value gap hold the market, send it higher again? Those people who are interested to take the sell, please go for that. If the market really would love to interested for this sell side liquidity, here nobody should close above the constant encroachment. So for example, if the market didn't leave this liquidity open over there, okay, just for the sake of this conversion, it didn't leave this liquidity open over there, it closed, I'm already in a sell, my stop loss is going to cover the constant encroachment plus the wick, so maybe the upper quadrant of this gap. I would expect like exactly over here, that nobody is going to close above the constant encroachment of this gap if it interested to take this sell side liquidity over here. As the market leave this liquidity, I'm not interested to see body is going to be respected from the constant encroachment, because that is the sign I'm interested to take that sell side liquidity. The first thing I want to see to close a body close above the constant encroachment, that is the confirmation. I'm not falling, I'm going higher. So after getting that confirmation, I just need a model to take the entry. I can be wrong. Market can be take the sell side liquidity. I'm not taking the sell just because I leave this market leave this liquidity over there. So I'm waiting to see that I'm not wrong, and market is interested to take this buy side liquidity, not sell side, buy side liquidity, and that's why I'm waiting here to go for the buy. If it would love to fall, that is according to the price. If I wouldn't see this, I would be in this trade. Take the sell for this sell side liquidity. Okay, my point should be very clear to you guys. I'm here 50-50. Does the market want to go for this buy side liquidity? Does it want to go for the sell side liquidity? The more beautiful thing is, mark the sell side liquidity, mark the buy side liquidity. See this 50% area? This market is exactly to the 50% area, exactly to the 50% area. So what the market will go for? Buy side, sell side, 50-50. I prefer to see market will go higher because it has cleared minor sell side liquidity by leaving that buy side liquidity over there. So I prefer this market to go higher to take this buy side liquidity.
Order filled.
Market structure shift after clearing the liquidity. This swing low has been cleared. Market structure shift, fair value gap. Tap to this fair value gap. I'm already in a trade from 15-second chart. Why? I am not taking entries from this 1 minute chart. This is my funded account. I don't want to take any sort of low probable entry to this account. If it is an high probability, I'll go for this trade. This is the another account which I have like 12,000. I think I have to make another $1,000 to make some profit. So to pass this account, I believe so. So that's why I'm just trying to take the entries over here. If it doesn't work, I'll just mess up with this account, not with my funded account. So I need to see this candle to close above this gap so far because I don't see any other logical entry opportunities over here. There's no other logical entry opportunities. I'm not able to take any sort of entries from this 1 minute chart yet. That's the only bearish period that can hold the market and send it lower again. So I need to see this gap is broken as I don't have any other model over here. You see, there is no model. So I can't take any other trade around this area. No opportunities to take any trade over there from 1 minute. Entry is around 0.4. I took this entry around 0.4 and I believe my stop loss is over here, which is 26 handle 77, I guess. Yeah, 77.75. I'll just put it around exactly 76, sorry. So it's gonna be 27 handle 76. I'll just put it over there. Okay, my target is this buy side liquidity over here around that area. So far it has given me just 15 handle, not enough. From 1 minute chart, small gap over here with the volume imbalance, very small gap around this area can be traded. And from 15-second chart, this small gap over here, 22 YT model, only gap, not breakaway gap, just the only gap. Now this is the crucial moment actually because this high close body close candle can work as a bearish order block now to fall for the sell side liquidity. If it do that and close one more time below this gap, yeah, I have to take the sell. There is no other way if it do that. But I really don't want to see that. It is going to work as a bearish order block. I want to see it will go through this gap. It will tap to this gap. It will go for this buy side liquidity. That's all I would love to see. I can't move my stop loss to the break even as long as it's not going to take that high over here. So if it take that high over here, I'll put my stop loss to the break even. One minute chart is difficult to trade over here. There is another problem. I didn't notice that it has built a bearish gap over here from 15-minute chart. I really didn't notice that. So should I move? Yeah, I'll move my stop loss to the break even because it's now trading the bearish gap from 15-minute chart. If it really would love to hold the market and send it lower, I can get stopped out. So I don't wanna take that risk. Give me a chance to take the partial, brother. Come on.
Order filled.
Good area to take the partial, I guess. Yeah, that was a good area to take the partial. I just wanted to see if it can go back one more time. I would love to take the partial, but it didn't give me that. I didn't notice this bearish gap from 15-minute chart. To be honest, brother, at the beginning I didn't notice that because this candle just closed like 4 or 5 minutes ago. I didn't notice this bearish gap over here. Otherwise, I would take the partial over here. And that was a really nice move. 33 handle was a really nice move. That reaction, I was really afraid of that. It can send the market below this low. Okay, so that's why I moved my stop loss to the break even. If the reaction sent the market lower to take this low one more time, either way I will get stopped out over there. So that's why I moved my stop loss to the break even. I'm not thinking about sell. I'm not thinking about this will keep falling. I'm still bullish, but I was afraid of the reaction from this 50-minute bearish cap that it can send the market lower to take this low one more time. Just because of that, I moved my stop loss to the break even. And I really wanted to catch the partial over here one more time, but it didn't give me that opportunity, unfortunately. So I believe the buying opportunity is going to come right now, like this. Like, let's say from 15 seconds, 15 1 minute chart, if it provide me that opportunity.
Order filled.
This concurrent crossment is still holding the market. I really need to see a body close above this concurrent crossment. That's gonna give me the confirmation I'm really willing to go higher. So first, this last fair value gap that was very difficult for me to trade, but when it has closed above the concurrent crossment of this last, sorry, this in first presented fair value gap, now I got the confirmation it is going higher, but still the bearish pit area is still holding the market. So if this bearish pit area is broken, I'm inside this trade. If it is not broken, I'm not going to take that trade. I still believe this market is waiting for the Trump to speak, but this is gonna be my last opportunities to go for the trade. If it provide me that opportunity to this funded account, I'll go for this. Otherwise, I'm not going to take any trade today. I'll go for the trade on Thursday, I guess.
Order filled.
Highly accumulative accumulation. It's just doing the accumulation. This is the low of the day. This is the high of the day. Market is working with the deep discounted area. Market is in deep discounted area right now. Left that buy side liquidity open over here. Clean buy side liquidity around that area. Buy side liquidity around that area. So all of this buy side liquidity I have on this market. For the sell side liquidity, I have only this sell side liquidity from 1 minute chart only, which is not that much stronger yet to me. I just don't want to see it will fall to take this sell side liquidity while it left this buy side liquidity. Even if it doesn't want to go for this extreme buy side liquidity, it should take this internal buy side liquidity at least after clearing all of this sell side liquidity. This relatively equal loss has been cleared, inversed this last first presented gap. This is the only bearish P area that's been respected. While it will be broken, I believe I will get the run at least until this line, which is over here, and then I will try to hold the trade for this extreme buy side liquidity, depending on the market. If you would love to take the sell, please go for that sell wherever you will find the opportunity to take the sell. If you take the buy and if you copy my trade, by any chance, if you do that, okay, you should not do that, but if you do that, make sure you have taken the partial around 1:1. Every single time you will enter in a trade, your partial should be around 1:1. It's kind of forbidden. Beautiful buy from this last fair value gap from here, but unfortunately it was after the news. So sorry, before the news, so I was not able to take that buy for the buy side liquidity. Unfortunately, just missed that trade. There is an opportunity to take the buy from here around this area, uh, like a small opportunity. Sell from here, and now I'm waiting for the buy right now. New 50-minute candle has started. Previous candle has respected this gap. Didn't show me any sort of bearishness, no bearishness. So this gap is not, sorry, not that gap actually, from 50-minute chart. Okay, there is a 50-minute bearish gap over here. So as this gap is not that enough, I mean that strong enough, hold the market, send it lower because of this candle, just an indecisive candle. It doesn't know that it has to fall. Instead of that, it's still trying to go for this buy side liquidity. I'm still thinking about the buy. I will only think about the sell if it closes below this gap this time. If we do that, I'll take the sell from this gap. Unfortunately, I have to go for that. Yet, I'm still thinking to take the buy. Small liquidity here, this low, this low, this low, three lows over here. Some three lows. Let's see if it can just take that low and then close above this gap. If you do that, best case of scenario. If it doesn't do that, I don't care. I'll go for the buy after closing above this gap. Why my stop loss is over here? Because I can't put my stop loss below this low. That's why I just put my stop loss with my maximum stop loss, which is 35 handle. So I'll try to take the maximum stop loss over here. What is the best scenario? Market will fall, take this low, respected the last fair value gap, closed above this gap, keep going higher. So that it is not going to leave any sell side liquidity open. Instead of that, it will keep going higher. The probability, it is not going to take this relatively equal lows, that doesn't need to be taken as it was trading the last fair value gap, and then it has closed above this gap, tap to this gap, keep going higher. That is the low probable area. So I have to take my decision very carefully, because if it is low probability and I'm not seeing beautiful candles over here, I have to be very careful to take the buy to this account. I don't think so I'll go for the trade if it happens like that way. And this is very tough market, right? Market is doing the accumulation. No need to go for the trade, no need to force the market, no need to go for like have to take any trade today. Yeah, after a bit moment, like uh, uh, Trump is going to speak as well. So this is kind of a tough decision to take. Make sure you are in profit. You are not taking any trades in that specific account anymore. You are done with the account trade. Okay, so if it you are not in profit, maybe you are this is gonna be your first trade, then you can try 1 or 2 times with the lowest levers possible. If you see it's not like working according to your expectation, no need to push the button. You can simply push the button through the paper trade, or if you have any eval that like you are maybe at the starting point, or maybe you are with some profit, so even if you take some losses over there, it doesn't matter to you, or something like that. If you have something like that, then go for the trade. For example, if I take like a losing trade around this account where I have already made like $1,700, something like that, to pass this account, I really don't care about that, because tomorrow is gonna be a good day and I'm gonna mitigate my loss over there and I'm gonna pass that account. So it all depends on your situation. Finally, this candle tap here. Oh, it didn't the liquidity. I thought it's taken the liquidity. Didn't yet. It would be awesome if it could take that loss and respected this last fair value before going higher. For the best, I will go for the trade around the lunch hour as well, because now these days the lunch hour is beautiful. But before coming here, while the setup is going to be created, market is just doing the consolidation over here. I'd love to show you the Asia session a bit, because this is something you should work with. Okay, you should work with this Asia session. It's gonna be beautiful every single day for last 1 month, 19 trading days. Look for the highest high in between 6 to 7 p.m. Look for the lowest low in between 6 to 7 p.m. After 7 p.m., which is over here, wait for one sided to be taken. So you can see here, this buy side liquidity has been taken over here after 7. After clearing this, I'm only interested to take the sell. All I need a high time frame PDR over here, as well as a model over there. As you can see here, market went higher. There is no inverse gap. Keep looking the market. Just keep looking the market. Keep looking the market. Keep looking the market. No bearish inverse gap. No bearish 22 YT model. No nothing. No nothing over here. So as I don't have the any sort of bearish gap or any sort of model around this area, finally, this gap appeared on the chart. Okay, market has cleared that relatively equal lows. Let's see if it can start to go higher now. I'm just watching the market, okay, around there. This is the first bearish or inverse fair value gap from here. The first bearish inverse gap. What is in my mind? Only sell. From that area to until here, it's 42 handle. Okay, after that, this market keep going higher. No trade is valid after 10. So I'm just not interested to show you the entries over here, which is after 10. I really not interested. But that is a 42 handle run. You don't need 42 handle. 30 handle, you are more than enough. It's more than enough. Finally, it came here and built another inverse gap plus 22 YT model. That has given you the run until here. I don't know how much it has given, but it was more than enough for being profitable. So watch the Asia session. That is more beautiful rather than this AM session. I don't know why, but it's more beautiful rather than the AM session. So finally, market has cleared all of these relatively equal lows. Let's see if it can hold this market. This last parallel cap can hold this market and send it higher again one more time. All of this liquidity has been cleared. Just need to see this gap is holding the market. Fake breakout is acceptable as well. That means one candle closed below this gap and next candle has closed inside this gap or above this gap. Fake breakout is still acceptable, but all I need the speed toward the buy side liquidity. If it doesn't do that, I'm not going to take the sell. I'm not interested to go for the sell. I'm not confidence enough to take the sell. That's for all. I'll only frame the sell, but I'm not going to take the sell. According to the logic, market has to close below this gap and I have to take the sell from here. I'm not taking this sell. I'm just watching it here until this sell side liquidity. If it close below this gap, I'm not taking the sell. I'm not going to take the sell. I'm just letting this go, just watching it. I can't take the sell while I'm seeing this buy side liquidity here, this buy side liquidity there, this buy side liquidity here, all of these buy side liquidities over there. I'm not interested to take the sell. The body didn't close, no sell is still valid. Only buy. I will only take the buy. Bearish P area. This too is the bearish P area. If the market is interested to fall, it can respect this to bearish P area. So as long as this bearish P area is not broken, I'm not taking the buy. So it wanna fall, I'm not gonna take the sell. That's all. I'm just going to miss this trade, but not going to take the sell. Not going to push the button as long as the bearish P area is not broken. This small gap, okay, here this candle low, this candle high, very small gap here and a gap here, last parallel gap. That should be broken before going higher. I'm wrong. Market is not going for the buy side liquidity. It's going for the sell side liquidity. I'm not going to take the sell. It closed above this gap. Then it has fallen. That's disaster. Last fair value gap, bullish last fair value gap working as a bearish way. That means the last fair value gap is broken. Nobody is going to close above the constant crossment. Market is falling for this sell side liquidity, which is over here. Good. I'll just miss this trade. Why I'm not taking the sell? Because I'm seeing all of these buy side liquidities here, buy side liquidity, here the buy side liquidity, here the buy side liquidity. So I don't wanna see this buy side liquidity to leave open and market keep falling. Can it fall? Of course it can fall. I'm not taking the sell. This is disaster at the market. Let's see. This lunch session should be beautiful. Before the Trump speak. After 12, I don't think so I'll be able to take any other trade. After 12, still nobody has closed below this gap. This first presented fair value gap. Still nobody has closed below this gap. First time it has closed, tap to this gap, it has a probability fall for this sell side liquidity. If you do that, I'll miss this trade. This low is taken, no more buy is valid. I'm just watching this low. If this low is taken, which is the origin low of the setup, I'm not interested to take any sort of buy as long as this sell side liquidity is not taken. could go for the sell if it wouldn't leave the liquidity open over there, buy side liquidity open over there. As it left that buy side liquidity open, I can't take the sell. So whenever it is falling, I'm seeing it's taking the liquidity, and then when it will provide me the first time the buying opportunity, I'll go for that buy. Until now, this market didn't give me any opportunity except this first opportunity over here around this area, which didn't work, and I got stopped out around that area. So this one loss. After that, until now, from 1 minute chart, there is no other opportunity. I'm waiting for the last opportunity to see if it can do. That is, it can't take this low. It has to close above this gap, and it has to take this buy side liquidity at least over here. That's going to be my last opportunity. Around the Trump talking, it can do that. It can go for that buy side liquidity, to be honest, because when Trump is going to speak, market will start to go up. So this morning session, as I told you at the beginning, it can wait for Trump to speak before going higher. If it do that, maybe I'll miss this trade. As I told, I'm gonna take only the trade this pandit account while I'll be in live. I will miss all of these buys if it doesn't take that buy side liquidity before Trump speak. I'll miss this buy, but you guys keep that in your mind. Around Trump speak, this market is going to be bullish. All the buy side liquidity is gonna be the target. This guy Trump actually making the things complicated for all of us. I don't think so. It's logical to keep this setup over there yet because it's not building it that. This is the whole price action you're seeing around this morning session when the market is clearly waiting for something. He's clearly waiting for something. What is that? Trump to speak. Tough market. Pet market, I didn't hurt myself. Took one trade. I know it's $300 something loss, I guess. Yeah, $300 loss. I still waiting. Not keep trading, not keep trading, not keep trading. As long as it's not going to give what I need to see, I'm not taking any trade. If it gives me that, I'll go for one more trade, and then I will stop over there, exactly over there. If it works, good. If it doesn't work, I'm also good. So when it will provide me that opportunity, which I'm waiting for the buy, I'll take that buy. I'm trading this launch hour because for last 1 or 2 months, the launch hour is working so beautifully. Asia session is working so beautifully comparing to this AM session. The AM session is tough to trade, but launch hour PM session, sorry, not the PM session, Asia session is so beautiful to trade. So that's why I'm just trying to see if it can provide me that opportunity, what I need to see. I'll go for the trade. If it doesn't, I'm absolutely cool with that. That's not a valid swing high for shifting market structure. So even if this high is been shifted, I'm not able to take the buy from this gap. So all I need to see this breakaway gap, sorry, the last gap to be broken to take the buy. If it do that, I'll take the buy from this gap. It's not my market structure shift. It can be your market structure shift. You can start to think about a buy if you want. I'm not interested to take the buy from this gap, sorry, from this market structure shift. I need to see this candle it close above this gap to take the buy. So this is gonna be my last trade, I guess, from here. If it doesn't take me, I'll just not going to chase the market, I believe so. And stop loss is there. 29 handle, 30 handle is good. 30. And target is this buy side liquidity. Of course, I'm not going to hold it until this buy side liquidity. I will take some partial around this area. Go with 5 micro contract. Because the stop loss is smaller. And it's a 50k account. I want to see this gap to work as a breakaway gap. That means some portion of this gap is going to be open. It can do that. I'm watching these candles, these gaps to get the confirmation. Okay, it didn't do that. So let's say how the body is going to close up here or around this area. Because I have a small volume imbalance over here. I didn't add this volume imbalance, but I'm just counting this volume imbalance to my analysis as well. So I need some confirmation over here. I need the confirmation or the model here, which is the last fair value gap, to be inversed. I have the buy side liquidity here. I have the buy side liquidity there. I have the buy side liquidity here. So all of this buy side liquidity is going to be my interest. If I get the run toward my expectation, I will keep pyramiding the trade. That means I will keep adding the contract over here. I'll make it heavy, very heavy. Some of you can think this is your market structure shift, fair value gap. You can take the buy over here if you want. I don't see this candle as this swing high as a perfect swing high for shifting market structure. So I'm watching this high. Is this market took the liquidity and keep falling for this sell side liquidity? If it would do that, then it will respect this last fair value gap again, and then it will keep falling. If it doesn't do that, this is really a market structure shift. According to the markets maker, I'll take the confirmed entry while the bearish period is broken. What else I can do? If I see the body has closed here somewhere, maybe I'll take 1 or 2 micro contract entry market order after the candle close, and I'll limit order. I'll put the limit order over there. I'll keep it over there just so that if I don't miss the trade, just because of that. So 1 or 2 micro contract, maybe I'll take the entry over there, and then I'll see if it tap over here and take me. So this is the last fair value gap. Is this market structure shift? Is this liquidity taken? That's all going to be confirmed by this last fair value gap. If it is the liquidity taken, this last gap is going to hold the market, send it lower again. If it is the market structure shift, because it's not the valid swing high for me to shift the market, so I'm not using this 22 YT model as my entry opportunity. If it is the market structure shift, this last period is going to be broken and market will go higher, take the buy side liquidity. It will keep falling. I'll let this fall. Not going to take it. Worst case of scenario, it will close out this last fair value gap and then go back again to the sell side liquidity. That's the worst case of scenario. I'm gonna take the probable entry. Now it's a high probability to me because market didn't leave any liquidity below the market. All the lows has been cleared. There is no liquidity left. It's a high probable entry opportunity to me. But again, this is all the game of probability. So I will take that probable opportunities to take the entry. New 15-minute candle has opened. I need the momentum. That means market will keep going higher without any sort of consolidation here. I believe this is going to be the last opportunity. That means if it closes below this gap, I'll close my stream. I'm not going to take any other trade. So either it has to close above this gap so that I can hold the stream plus the trade, or it will close below this gap, breakaway gap. I'll close the stream and I'm not going to take any other trade. I'll be back again on Thursday because tomorrow and the day after tomorrow I'll be in travel. So we'll be back around Thursday to go for the next trade. আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে বাবা, ঠিক আছে, ঠিক। আল্লাহ হাফেজ। Come on, brother. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Give me something. Don't let that go with this weird price action. Come on, give me something. Only thing I'm going to do is if the candle closed too far, okay, then I will go with the, like 2 micro contract. I'll just take the entry 2 micro contract entry. I'm in this trade. It closed above this last fair value gap. As you can see here, it closed above this last fair value gap. I already took the entry over here, 5 micro contract entry. My stop loss is below this area. This is the buy side liquidity here. I have the buy side liquidity there, around that area. While this buy side liquidity will be cleared, I'll put my stop loss to the break even here because I'm not taking that the partial around that area. I will take the partial here. Okay, so this buy side liquidity, but I will put my stop loss to the break even while it will be cleared because this gap is still a very strong gap that can stop the market, send it lower. It is still have that power. So I don't want to take risk with this gap. When it will trick this buy side liquidity, I'll put my stop loss to the break even to see if it can keep going higher. Worst case of scenario, last gap is broken, market will keep falling and stop me out. That's the worst case of scenario. And in that type of scenario, I have to take that risk. Unfortunately, I have to go for that. What else do I have over here? This is the 50-minute bearish gap over here. I have the 50-minute bearish gap around that area. So it can retest this bearish gap, it can fall. Now, you don't need to hold the trade until this buy side liquidity. You don't need to hold this trade, okay? So please make sure that you have taken the partial around 1:1. For example, if you go for 1:1 partial, your partial should be there. Exactly to this constant crossment should be your partial. I don't want to see anybody to close below the constant crossment of this last fair value gap. If work, this is gonna be the last trade for me for today at least. We'll be back around Thursday again. Did I put my stop loss to the logical level? I didn't. I should put my stop loss below this candle over here, below that candle. So I took a bit risk over here, just a bit risk with my stop loss. Because I went with the like 5 micro contracts. So if it doesn't work, I'm gonna get $300 loss. So I didn't want to put it below this candle, just wanted to make it $300. So that's the only thing I did wrong over here. If it doesn't work, okay, I'll just, for example, it just tap and stopped me out, then it started to go higher, I'll accept that bad luck. Otherwise, I didn't do anything wrong over here. I'm gonna move my stop loss to the break even when this high is going to be cleared. You don't need to hold the trade for this buy side liquidity, that buy side liquidity. You don't need to do that. You can simply close the trade while it will trade this 50%. It's going to be a 30 handle. Trust me, man. It's more than enough for being profitable. I keep saying what you should do. If you don't do that, it's your risk, your choice. I'm not going to be responsible for that. So you need just 9 more handle to take the partial. I wish it will give you the 9 handle, more 9 handle, because it has built another buy side liquidity. See, it's built another buy side liquidity. So still I'm believing this is going to be happen. The market is going to trade the 50% at least, because it has built another buy side liquidity. This is called engineered buy side liquidity. All the resistance, sorry, sellers are seeing this is a very strong resistance. Take the sell, take the sell, take the sell, take the sell. And this market keep respecting the bearish PDR, sorry, bearish resistance level. I believe this time it's not going to be stopped. It's not going to make any other trap for the sellers. It's just gonna keep them out. See this gap over here? I wanna see this gap to be open. Market structure shift, not a beautiful market structure shift for me, for the market maker, more than enough. Market structure shift. Lowest down close body close candle, which is an order block. That's not been traded. I think it's been traded. It's been traded. Yeah, it's been traded. So this candle has closed above this candle. Tap to this candle, which is an order block. This gap should be unfilled over here. That should be unfilled. Market should keep going higher. Remember 30 handle to this consonant crossment. If you don't take the partial, if any of you are in this trade with me and you didn't take the partial over here, risk is yours. I don't give a shit. My job to show you the my job to show you the execution, my job to show you the way you should manage your trade, but my job is not to show you or to tell you to copy my trade. That should be your partial. You didn't take the partial, it's up to you. Put your stop loss to the break even. I'm going to put my stop loss to the break even when this buy sell liquidity is going to be taken. Okay, so what I can do, I can take a partial over here. Just we'll take a partial over there. You didn't take the partial? Oh man, I'm so sorry. You're not doing it right. Do it in a right way. Ah man, then why you are not doing it? Man, stop me. Stop that, okay? You're not here to copy my trade. You're here to see the price action. You're here to manage the trade the way I tell you to manage it. So do it by yourself. This level is a very strong level, I promise you, brother. It has the power to stop the market. Send it lower for this sell side liquidity. It has that power. So don't gamble over here. Take the partial, put your stop loss to the break even. Now see if it can keep going higher. Hold the runner. If you don't do that, you are doing it in very wrong way. If any of you are in this trade, make sure you have taken the 1:1 partial. Do what I do. Sorry, do what I say to do. The reaction from this gap over here, this is the power of this gap. That's why I was saying take the partial to this constant crossment. It's a very strong level. Take the partial over here. If you don't do that, you are going to take a huge risk over here, brother. I promise you. And later you will regret. There will be no regression. Okay. So you have to follow the rules. You should follow. I'm not liking it actually because the next this candle close new 50-minute candle is going to open. Uh, I add from this order block.
8, 12, 7, 19. 19 handle for how many handle for 14, 19, 14. $280. That's good.
Watching this area, this consonant crossment area with this lower quadrant of that range, full range over here, to see if it can work as a support, send the market higher. So first I put the stop loss over here, that then I saw that this area is important and crucial, as well as this candle, which is a no wick candle. So it can fall a bit more lower to take that low one more time before going higher. So just put my stop loss over here so that it's not gonna be, like disaster. Even if it doesn't work, it's not going to be disaster, and I'll be safe. This candle now should work a beautiful order block, lowest down close body close candle. It should work a so beautiful order block. It should not be breached. This low should not be breached. So I'll just wait a bit more to see if it can close out this gap, to move my stop loss just below that candle. Just a bit, I will wait a bit more moment to see if it can close out this gap, so that I can move my stop loss just below this order block. This beautiful buy side liquidity, it should not be open over here. I'm just afraid that does it really would love to go fall for this low and to come back again to this breakaway gap one more time or not. I believe it's not going to do that, but if it do that, that's my bad luck. Built another buy side liquidity here, relatively equal highs, took that relatively equal lows, this low, this low, that low, all of these lows has been cleared. Can it go higher now? All the job is done over here, no job is left. If it really would love to go higher, it can go higher right now. Good to go.
The last thing it has to do is this low, no wick candle to take, that has been taken over here. Now I don't I don't think so there is anything left. If it would really love to fall, I'll just get stopped out over here, unfortunately. So my prediction was this buy side liquidity will be taken at least. It didn't been taken and stopped me out. Okay. So it has taken 3 contract actually. I think stopped me out. And yet why did you just take me? No, it didn't work a good way, to be honest. It didn't work. This buy side liquidity was good to me to see, but unfortunately it didn't do that and stopped me out. And I think I have end up with 600, yeah, $600, something like that. So it didn't work the way I was interested to see. This liquidity was obvious to me to think that it is going to be taken at least before respecting this gap, so I could put my stop loss to the break even after clearing this liquidity. It didn't do that. I was very afraid that it can fall one more time to take this low. It has been taken over here, but in the meantime I just got stopped out. I didn't get the precision. You should not get a losing trade over here. You should take an entry over here, take a partial over there, put a stop loss to the break even. You should be in profit. So yeah, it didn't work for me, but it should be it should work with you. Okay, I mean, you know what I mean to say. Not a good day, and not going to take any other trade to this account. We'll be back around Thursday. If I can take any other trade to this account on Thursday, good to go with this. Otherwise maybe on Friday. Okay, I'm not sure about Thursday, but I hope I'll be good with Thursday. Still, this buy side liquidity is interested. My main interest is this buy side liquidity over here, and still I'm interested to see this liquidity is going to be taken. This one. I believe when Trump will start to speak, this market will keep going higher and take all of this buy side liquidity. Thank you guys for being over here. I didn't read any of your comment because my phone was really so hot, so I closed the chat from my phone. I really would love to open. I know a lot of you are still started to say but it's okay. I told you what you should do. You didn't do it. It's up to you, man. Social liquidity, brother, you have to take that into your account. I think you were talking about something. I don't know when you talked about that. Have a good rest of the day, brother. I'll see you tomorrow, God willing. I'm not coming tomorrow. I'm going to travel tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Be careful for longs. We are below a bullish cap. Okay, we are be careful over there, but it has provided us a beautiful opportunity and we got a beautiful trade. Now I'm thinking about re-entry, but I'm not going to take it. Uh, of course, not in this account. I also think price will take low of the day, retrace back, and then take sell side liquidity. Of course, it can do that. Whoever is interested for that, take the sell. No problem with that. I told you how to wait for the setup. I waited for this gap to be inversed. It inversed, gave me the run I needed. From here to here, 30 handle is more than enough for being profitable from that area to that area. No confusion, no nothing. It will fall, I will let him fall. I don't care about that. All I needed that run, I got that run. I'm happy with that. So if it really would love to fall, it will fall. You will take the sell, okay? Also think, I promise we'll have a beautiful PM session. Don't blow your account in this mess. Absolutely, that's a good idea. As I told, I'm going to take any trade to this funded account, only this AM session. So I tried to entry opportunity. I needed the run. I was interested. I still believe that buy side liquidity is going to be cleared, but it just stopped me out. My trailing stop loss was maybe a bit early, unfortunately. So I got stopped out. It's absolutely okay. I wanted to see the liquidity to be taken at first, then the reaction happened, but it didn't happen. So I didn't. I was not able to cover the profit, unfortunately. When Trump speak around 1 p.m., you got stopped out. I think I didn't. Unfortunately, it has provided the things we needed, so we are happy. So yeah, that's all, brother. Anjal, yes, brother, I'm in. Did you take the partial? Well, while I was screaming, take the partial, take the partial, take the partial. If you did, congratulations, brother, for your boom. Good day, Mr. Wizard. Can you please tell us if Blue Guardian is worth it? Would like to use your code also. I don't think so there is anything wrong, but if you ask me right now, Lucid Trading is the best. So it's up to you, brother. Blue Guardian Future is also good. There is nothing wrong with that, but Lucid is awesome. There is no comparison with Lucid right now because of their live account, because of their everything. Lucid is awesome. So, Flight Brother, see you, Chatur. Thank you so much. By the way, before I close the stream, I really would love to ask you a question. Simple question. Did any of you took the buy over here, take the partial over there? It's my question. Just give me that reply. I'm gonna close the stream. I'm still believing this is going to take that buy side liquidity, and it will go for this buy side liquidity. Finally, it will go for that buy side liquidity. I'm not bearish. I'm not thinking about the bearish, because if it really interested to fall, it would never leave the liquidity open over there like this way. It would never do that. So I'm still believing this is going to take, but my trailing stop loss was too tight. I got stopped out over here, unfortunately. Okay, I got that, boom, Chitu. Obrigado, no worries, man. Have a good flight. Thank you so much, Jamil. Okay, so you got the boom. Congratulations, brother. Just give me one more moment, okay, for closing, because I guess it's going to clear this buy side liquidity by this move, by this 50-minute new candle. So just give me a moment. That run was like I mean, it was expected, but before clearing this liquidity, no, it was not expected before clearing this liquidity. After clearing this liquidity, oh man, that could happen. There was nothing wrong with that. So I didn't get the precision what I was needed over here. I took the buy, but did not take the partial. It's up to you, Dancio. I was literally screaming over there. Take the partial to this constant engrossment. This is a very strong level. Has the power to stop the market, send it lower for this sell side liquidity. It has that much power over here. So if any of you didn't take the partial over here, it's up to you, brother. You should take the entry over here, and even you don't need to take the partial over here. You just simply close the trade over there. You're more than enough. It's more than enough. 30 handle is more than enough. First trade didn't work. Second trade will give you the boom. Maybe you are not in profit. You should be in profit. But even if you are not profit, you will mitigate your loss. That's all. Thank you guys for being over here. Tomorrow is off day. The day after tomorrow is off day. I hope I will be back around Thursday. Okay. So until then, cheers, guys.